Hey there, car enthusiasts! Today we're diving into Volkswagen's crisis and why closing factories won't be enough to save the iconic car maker. Buckle up, this ride is going to be bumpy. Oliver Blume, the boss of Volkswagen, recently declared that the company must address costs. It's no secret that VW has been grappling with financial issues for a while now. But Blume's approach? That's a game changer. On September 3rd, he announced that VW might close factories in Germany to tackle the demanding and serious situation facing Europe's car makers. But here's the kicker. Shutting down factories alone won't reverse VW's declining sales or fend off the looming threat of cheap Chinese electric vehicles, or EVs. Closing factories in Germany? Easier said than done. VW's governance structure gives significant power to workers and the state of Lower Saxony, which owns a 20% stake in the business. Around a third of VW's 300,000 German employees are based there. Daniela Cavallo, the main official representing VW's workers, has promised fierce resistance, and Stefan Weil, Lower Saxony's premier, supports cutting costs but prefers alternatives to factory closures. Mr. Blume is facing a tough battle against VW's entrenched interests. His predecessor, Herbert Diess, clashed with unions and left in 2022. Blume's more consensual style might not fare much better. Even if he manages to cut labor costs, will it be enough to rescue VW? Spoiler alert, probably not. VW has spent heavily but unwisely in its bid to become an EV powerhouse. The company's shares? They've been sliding since Dies's departure. Blume cancelled plans for a new EV factory and pushed back EV launches, but investors remain wary. VW plans to invest €165 billion between 2025 and 2029, even after Blume trimmed it by €5 billion. Given VW's reputation for lavish spending and disappointing sales of its ID range, it's no wonder investors are skeptical. Software development has been a nightmare for VW. Cariad, its in-house division, has been a disaster, delivering clunky programs well behind schedule. In June, VW invested $5 billion in Rivian, an American EV startup, to tap into its software expertise. Earlier this year, it struck a similar deal with XPeng, a Chinese EV startup, to improve its game in China. But Stefan Reitman of Bernstein calls these moves band-aids that add costs and complexity. VW's business in China, its biggest market, is struggling. It sold 3.2 million vehicles in the country last year, down from a peak of 4.2 million in 2019. As local competitors like BYD have surged, VW's market share in China has dropped by 5 percentage points since 2020 to 14.5% last year. VW is still the biggest seller of petrol-powered cars, but ranks 7th for EVs, which now account for half of all sales in the country. VW hopes to leverage XPeng's expertise to get up to China's speed, cutting by 30% the time it takes to bring new models to market and slashing production costs by 40%. Even if it can achieve this by 2026, nimble Chinese competitors will be even farther ahead. On September 4th, 16,000 German workers gathered to hear from management about the cuts. Arno Antlitz, VW's chief financial officer, said, "We still have a year, maybe 2 years to turn things around. If VW is to truly get back in the race, Mr. Blume will need to move at China's speed." Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on the auto industry. See you in the next one.